This is very embarrassing for One Punch Man Season 3. I have of course watched the episode. Go check out my review for the episode, but to make a long story short, while there were some nice shots and a very nice Garu and Ripper action scene towards the end, the entire episode was pretty bad in my opinion. I cannot deny that. Without a doubt, the worst episode of Season 3 so far in my opinion. Not only is One Punch Man Season 3 Episode 4 a slideshow disaster, but the editing and pacing felt really off to me. The entire episode just felt rushed in my opinion. So it got me very curious, how did the episode compare to the manga? This episode adapts the second half of chapter 90, all of chapter 91, and most of chapter 92, and as you can see here, my goodness, it is a night and day difference. Yes, I will admit some of the Royal Ripper scenes were so well drawn, and I do love the way Fubuki is drawn in the anime as well as Tornado, but my goodness, it is a night and day difference. I mean, look at the rawness, intensity, and aura the manga has when it comes to some of these still shots. Now I understand why anime have to slightly tone down on the intense details. They do that so that the animation can look smooth and fluid, but in One Punch Man Season 3's case, there is no motion at all. Apart from the Garu scene at the end, most of the episode is pretty much still frames panning left, right, up and down. At this point, why not just use the manga frames and just color it in? At least then it would look more visually appealing. But I will give the episode credit, it is pretty much a faithful adaptation from the manga to the anime. No scenes were cut at all, unlike the previous episodes. I just hope that they are toning down on the quality of the more mundane moments of the episode so that the future episodes can have really insane quality art and animation. And if that's the case, then I will be somewhat optimistic for the future of One Punch Man Season 3. I will see whether or not the future episodes will be goated or garbage. But what did the fans think of this episode? Well, as you can see here, it scored a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Seeing the ratings of the first 4 episodes compared to the first 4 episodes of Season 1 and 2 is really embarrassing. Episode 4 of Season 2 was the lowest rated episode of the first 4 episodes of Season 2, yet it is a much higher rating than any of the episodes in Season 3. And I think I'm actually liking some of the content in Season 3. Story-wise compared to what happened in the first 4 episodes of Season 2. It's just that the adaptation is not to my liking. And the fact that My Hero Academia, the final season, has over 9 out of 10 for the first 5 episodes of that season compared to One Punch Man Season 3, this is just further proof that One Punch Man Season 3 is an absolute mess. And mate, the fans' reactions are honestly wild, because this episode was more or less review bombed, with the most ratings being 1 out of 10 scores. So let's read what the fans have to say about it. Couldn't stand to watch it. I was so excited when I first found out Season 3 released, but compared to Season 1 and 2, the animation is a complete downgrade. The editing is even awful too. What is going on? I can only imagine the voice actors' reactions to what they have to act out for. Wow, what a disgrace, honestly. I hope a petition starts to get this remade. Absolutely not. Does an anime deserve this treatment in 2025? This isn't 2000. I don't see anything anymore. In the last episode, I still had enough confidence to hope. Now I even skip places in the episode because they just don't keep me in suspense. I'm sure I won't watch the season again when it's completely out, because unfortunately, it excites me zero. I'll get the manga tapes that I like much better. That's not supposed to be hate now. Everyone has done their best to offer us as much as possible. Unfortunately, this time without success. Needs a big improvement. JC staff turns the 6-year wait into a mockery. Static animation, free frame fights, cheap speed lines, flat sounds, recycled soundtrack, shouted expositions, broken pacing, abrupt cuts, pointless filler, no tension, no weight, no soul. A professional insult to the franchise. Madhouse's legacy crumbles in the hands of a production lacking vision and respect. The manga is better compared to the anime. I hope it has a good ending. The animation quality hasn't just declined, the fights lack impact and feel rather cold, and Saitama has been regulated to a bad joke. Garu remains a flat and predictable villain. The pacing is tedious, there are filler episodes that add nothing, and the humor, which has become crudely handled, isn't funny. It's clear that One Punch Man has become mediocre. They destroyed this scene. The scenes in the episode are worse than the trailers. Is there anyone on staff? Please tell me. This is so depressing. The arc has so much potential and it's getting treated so bad. The entire episode was just still frames and 2 minutes of arguably okay-ish animation. Man, I just want season 2 back. This is horribly depressing. The direction is just so bad. The scenes cut so unnaturally that it breaks the continuity. Also, that rewind sequence was so unnecessary. It was blatant padding. It was bad, bro. Sat through 20 minutes for 20 seconds of animation. I have to watch Gachiakuta to wash my mouth. Lol. Damn, at this point, fire the current crew for this garbage. Needs to be redone at this point. It's supposed to be one of the director's strengths to handle comedic scenes, yet they always end up looking weak and unfunny. There is no justifying Shinpai's decision on that blue filter, by the way. 6 years for waiting for this. Man, they are peeing on the One Punch Man community and series as a whole. Oh dear, so there you have it. A lot of fans are still not happy about the new episode. Yes, there are some fans out there that have praised the episode for some scenes, and that's great that some fans enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed some of the scenes, just not the entire episode as a whole. Honestly, after watching the Chainsaw Man Reze Arc movie 3 times in the cinema, watching One Punch Man season 3 just feels like a huge downgrade. That film had some beautiful subtle character animation, and it's those little scenes that make the big difference, and if those subtle mundane scenes are not well animated, then it completely poo-poos on the overall experience. I am still somewhat optimistic that JC staff are saving their energy to create absolute greatness for the fights in the future episode. If that is the case and One Punch Man season 3 delivers absolutely stellar art and animation in the future episodes, then I will be a very happy lad indeed. At least the story content is pretty good, so I suppose it is not an entire disaster. It is a disaster in the lack of animation. And for a series called One Punch Man, you would expect some punch to the animation. Let's be honest, most people are here for One Punch Man's animation when it comes to the fight scenes. I don't think the majority of One Punch Man fans are here for the story, at least in the anime side of things. They want to see that cool Sakuga-like animation that they saw back in season 1. And if the studio does not deliver on that greatness, then One Punch Man season 3 will continue to be downvoted until the season comes to an end this Christmas. I don't like the negative comments targeted towards the director and the animators. They are doing the best they can. I truly believe Shinpai Nagai, if given enough time, has the talent and the skill to deliver absolute greatness. I mean, why else would he be hired to direct One Punch Man season 3 if he did not have talent? It's just that the production committee are not giving these poor artists and animators the time, money, and resources to deliver absolute greatness. It's such a shame, and I feel sorry for the artists at JC staff. But let us see what the future has in store for us. Will they deliver or not? Tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think of all of this? Which do you prefer, the manga or the anime? Do you agree or disagree with the negative comments? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more One Punch Man videos, as well as other anime news updates, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings, and more. Thank you for watching. The Second Boy Dude signing out.